Go ahead, babe.
Hello, everyone. This is Growing with the Collins, and this is your girl, Erica Collins.
And this is Corey Collins.
And we just want to see. Oh, man, I messed up.
No, don't worry about messing up, babe. You're beautiful. I'm glad to see you smiling right now.
Thank you. I think I'm lead this up to you when for us opening up.
Okay, cool.
You real
cool.
good.
There's no
with
problem
this.
at all. But anytime you're willing to exercise, it's your platform to do it.
All right, cool.
But check it out, you guys. You listen to Growing with the Collins podcast. As you know, I'm Corey Collins.
And this is your girl, Erica Collins.
Yeah, she still came in late, but that's cool though.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's cool. So I know. Hope you guys may have a Merry Christmas. It's the closing of 2018 as well, which is New Year's is coming up. So we have a couple things we basically want to talk about. Situation with my wife, and kind of discussing, and the happiness of Christmas. Paige just had a Christmas. I just had a Christmas. We all just had a Christmas. It was amazing. It was pretty cool, and we both were just very energetic due to her smile. How about yourself, babe?
Yeah, it was a great pleasure just to be able to see her smile and really enjoy herself. So now, boy, Paige got her ripping and running, but now I think we got to maintain in one area for a second.
You think so?
You know, yeah, she enjoying a little slide and enjoying her little self. The peak of the week was Paige do a lot of great things for as counting and saying the ABCs and recognizing, a lot of things for, different animals, the leaves. Like we go outside, boy, we can't even
She like leaves,
walk past a leaf without trying to pick it up.
Try to kick it, yeah.
Try to kick it, try to do something with the leaf. So just her just learning and growing like every day. But it's like with her on Christmas, it was just really a joy just to really see her smile and enjoy herself.
Yeah. So other than that, like you said, it's been very different this year though. When it comes, it's like cause it's so many different new stages.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that comes along with it, and it's just like, I thought it was gonna get a little easier when she walking around, so I ain't gotta go get everything. But now it's just like
you chasing it, run up behind her.
It's always something. You know what I'm saying? So along with that, by her just changing, you know what I'm saying, so drastically, it's been causing a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of puts it has been placing a level of hindrance on me and my wife's marriage when it comes down to, I guess you say, romance and spending time, being able to pick a movie like Netflix.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I swear it took us actually about
30 minutes.
About 30 minutes to find a movie to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like with Netflix, once you commit your time to something, like, yo, this boring. I don't want to watch it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just a lot, like juggling, you know what I'm saying, a child, wife, you know what I'm saying, other responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's podcasts. It's a lot of work putting into the podcast and stuff like that. And also for us being a wife and it, like washing dishes, cooking her something to eat. It's a lot of imbalance going on. And we basically be having a discussion for us how we going to break everything together for us helping each other.
Forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know part of it, the biggest part of it is planning. Right. Just kind of planning out your day and working, writing down things, and just being consistent amongst your day. Because sometimes, even for myself, it's just getting out of routine what I used to do.
Right. And
like now, I'm going to get back to the routine and things I used to do prior to me actually having Paisley.
Right.
The little things that sometimes we may overlook for as working out, reading the Bible, and stuff like that. So it's just with me, it's based on me planning and organizing and being consistent, and really preparing myself.
Right.
I be so tired sometimes, and it's really no excuse. And that's another thing that I learned about myself is like, Erica, you coming up with so many excuses why you can't get stuff done. So that's one of the things that I have to grow in the upcoming year, in which I know I have recognized and realized that it's in some areas where I just really have to get better with myself in order to just to get back on track. And I just know this year have been like a trying year for me. And it's just realizing some of the areas that I need to get better in, and I'm just gonna make sure moving forward, that I'm going to get better in those areas.
Yo, it's so amazing though, cause I guess you're saying by you being clear and transparent, you know what I'm saying? even myself, like I shared with you, it's like, yo, I be so, you know what I'm saying, caught up on marketing at times that I overlook the small responsibilities of the house that
Yeah.
mean so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's not easy at times because I guess you're saying for the male, we always thinking about the direction and the area that the family's going to be in over a period of time, and we overlook the things that really matter right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we preparing, but we preparing for something way ahead of time.
Yeah.
That is something so simple that could be like a light bulb can be changed in the house or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I totally understand where you're coming from, and just well, I guess you say with seeing your flaws
Yeah.
and just being just admitting it and willing to put in a change for it, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like when you change for the better, the people around you benefit from that too. Not just you yourself, but the people around you benefit from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It keeps things ticking. It keeps things flowing smoothly. You know what I'm saying? And like for example, we just changed out some light bulbs.
Yeah.
And like every last light bulb went out. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just overall, it's just dealing with the now. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with preparing for the future, but you do have to prioritize. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know. You know, it's just so many different things that kind of go along with it, for us that we discuss. And I'm really trying to find a way to channel it so it can kind of flow smoothly instead of just being so aggressive with it.
Yeah. And just speaking of that, just as you were saying, just being able to acknowledge, you know, some of the areas that you need to grow in. It's another thing which, dang, I forgot just that quick though, that I know that I need to do better in, as far as I feel like I always have to be perfect. Everything got to be perfect. And I don't know where I get that from, but it's just like, I just feel like everything got to be in order. And then sometimes, for us with me planning, I always think about everything that comes along with it, like all this stuff I have to do, instead of just go ahead and just get it started, Erica. And then once you get it started, everything else is just gonna smooth on out and it'll be according to plan. But it's like sometimes I have so many thoughts and so many things in my head to where it kind of stopped me from even moving forward.
Right.
So it's just like now, it's just like, Erica, don't worry about it. And that's the part that I really have to work on, is like not really worried about the bigger picture, but just go ahead and just get started. Yeah. And then once you get started, it's just like everything else will fall into place. It's just, that's one of my barriers that I really have to overcome. And that's something, you know, that I'm kind of like, right now is like, Erica, you just gotta get stuff in order. Right. Just do it.
Gotcha. You know, it's so crazy because earlier I was in. I'm sorry, I'm not speaking to my account, but earlier I was in here and I was looking at some of my YouTube channels, right? Well, our YouTube channels, and I'm not sure what episode this is. I want to say it is. Let me see. But overall, within it, you was like, I need to find my place in the church.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just amazing because it's just like, we be throwing a lot of answers out, you know what I'm saying, on this podcast. But I see at times we only take our own advice. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I'm good at cooking, I'm good at leadership, this, that, and so on. I'm like, yo, you know, I kind of found, you know what I'm saying, my lane from the church.
Yeah.
And it's just maybe, you know what I'm saying, if you just put that, you know what I'm saying, as a level priority, you know what I'm saying, and just take your time from there, it'll open itself up. I put mine on the floor. It'll open itself up for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just amazing. Cause I'm like, yo, like, cause I was just listening to it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I feel you coming from where it's like, you know where you at and you know what you gotta do, but because it don't look like this right now when I get started, I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
And it's just so many times, like, okay, even with the podcast, even with the sound, sometimes like, yo, that sound not terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like right now we're doing a recording, we got one camera right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, you know, I hate that. I like things to look good. But if you don't get started,
yeah,
you'll always be saying, you know, what I need.
Yeah.
Or it don't look like this. So you gotta start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I kind of look at myself like, what would I tell my child? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Paige, you need to get started now, you know, because, you know, after a while, time don't have no, I guess you say no remorse at all, period, because he gonna keep ticking. It's like you don't want to be 50 saying the stuff that you were saying at 30.
Yeah, true.
And you don't want to be 30 saying the stuff that you said at 20. It's just like, after a while, people just look at you, they'll take you for a joke. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, and on top of that too, though, there's nothing wrong with planning. It's nothing wrong with having a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like for myself, right? I just been in a lot of situations where it was no time to plan. It was about, okay, look, you go sink or swim. Now, I'm in an area of life now where I'm not struggling like that, or I'm not living that same life like that no more, where it's to the point I overlook the luxury that I have time to plan now. You know, I just jump into it. I figure it out as I go. But it's just understanding the tools that you do have. Like I have a little time where I can plan now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I have a gig. You know what I mean? I have equipment. Now it's time to implement the plan and use it instead of just necessarily just jumping into it. Because what happened to me, after I learned all the answers to jumping in something, I was too burnt out to apply what I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come to me for advice. I give them advice, but it's just like I don't even take my own advice. It's like, yo, I'm going to get to that, but I'm taking a break from that right now. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I feel where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? But forgive yourself, but don't be kicking yourself in the butt too at the same time when you're not implementing, you know what I'm saying, your steps, what you need to get the way you're trying to be at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or realize, you know, have a sit down with yourself. Is this really what I want?
Yeah.
And if so, why is that? You know what I mean? Well, what else we got on the list?
Some of the things we have accomplished in 2018.
I don't know why I don't calculate.
One thing, the podcast.
Yeah, that's cool. But you know,
yeah. I mean, one thing we have accomplished was the podcast this year. You starting out with the videography and the photography and stuff like that. So
it's crazy because I responded that way because I had the same mindset that you had. It's not where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I ain't giving credit. And then on top of that, shout out to the 5 subscribers that we do have on YouTube.
Hey,
we had none of them at first.
True.
So I mean, that's a blessing too.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So go ahead though. How about yourself?
And I'm thinking the same way you was just thinking. Like, shoot, what have I done this year? I
think I got your audio here. Let me see if I can pull you in real fast.
Yeah. I'm trying to really think about it. I don't know.
Well, I know one thing though. It is a challenge to stay on board as a unity within marriage though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, babe, you're an excellent wife. I think you know that.
Fitness. You know, and also I have many other talents, you know, in just coaching.
Remember this?
Yeah.
You know, basketball and be able to teach it as well.
Right.
You know,
let's hit this for me.
I think I have great leadership abilities. I think as well as I'm a great cook. You know, I got to talk about myself a little bit, but it's just I have to find my place within the church to be able to use my gifts, because it's like you don't want to wait until it's too late till you're not able to use those gifts, and just using it in the house of the Lord. Right. And there's one thing I have to really work on and really kind of try to find my place, I guess, inside of the church. Yeah. And it may not be one of the things that I may say that I should use. It may be something else that it may be a need within the church that I can be able to give them. So I just really have to find.
Oh, man, that's crazy, though, man.
Well, just thinking of just looking back over that and just really listening to that. 2 things that I did accomplish this year was my leadership role.
Okay.
I think my leadership role in different areas of my life, I think I not necessarily mastered it, but I think I did a pretty good job for us with being a leader.
Okay.
And also I did start my basketball training this year.
Okay, cool.
So those 2 things that I did accomplish this year. But I have some other things in store next year that I'm going to expand from my basketball training.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah.
The whole thing about it is really just getting started or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So that's a clap on the back. What else we got on the list?
I think we already discussed the things that we was gonna learn from.
Mm-hmm.
What things that we're gonna look forward to.
Okay.
In the upcoming year.
That is a good one. I don't know. Yeah, I just freestyle, and that's okay. I got to get out of the habit of freestyling so much, even when doing videography. Right?
Yeah.
I don't even write down a shot list. I don't write down the lenses I'm gonna use. I don't write down the camera. I don't do none of that. I just go in, and it's like, I think it's a gift though, babe. I really think it's a gift because I can go in and I can see a situation and I can shoot the entire music video or commercial like in my head. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just when I see it, it's just like,
you know what to do.
I know what to do. I know that. But see, I think too, if I become more organized, I'll be even better. But some funny reason, I feel like me sitting down writing it out is a waste of time.
Yeah.
And I think that's bad though.
But that's a little different. It's just like I'm comparing you to I guess some rappers or something. You know how it's like rappers and singers and say, I just get in the booth, I don't write nothing down. I just go out and spit. You know.
Don't tell me that them rappers though be really making sense though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying in general though. But it's like some people may not have to write stuff down. Like you may not necessarily have to write down how you may do the video or how you may have imagined how you want to do the photo shoot.
Right.
But it's like that's one of those things that you can visualize. And once you visualize and put it together, that's totally fine. But what if you write down, I guess, all the items or whatever you need to get organized, maybe the day before to make sure, create a checklist for the things that you may need for that shoot, just to ensure that you may not leave anything or just gathering everything that you need. I mean, with that particular thing, you may not necessarily have to write everything down, but
it will save time for me to get it just walking on out the door. Yeah, that's true.
And preparing the night before.
That's even like with church, like kind of ironing your clothes the day before, same thing, so we won't be late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's cool though. You're right.
And then while you was talking, I was thinking about this. I can't remember where I heard it from, whether it was from church or where it was. And it's like, and we probably talked about it on the podcast, but it's just in the midst of the conversation while you was talking. Mm-hmm. And when we was talking about writing stuff down, and it's like, how can, they always say, how can we ask God for something and we try to wonder why God didn't give it to us, but how do we prepare for it? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, even with saying that, it's like, you have to prepare for it some type of way. Right. Whether you writing it down, you creating a plan in order to get it. It's like we asking God for the $1 million, but did we prepare or did we write out a plan of what we're gonna do with that $1 million? Right. So it just kind of to me just ties in with just whatever you're asking for or what you're trying to do is like we just being able to write the plan out.
Right. And another thing too, while we kind of talking about that, and I know this kind of like out of the left field.
Yeah.
But we we was kind of playing the different topics we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
But I thought about what was the name of that movie though? Bird Box.
Bird Box, yeah.
Everybody going crazy with Bird Box. Bird Box is an excellent movie, man. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but I know what I took from that.
Yeah.
Was the fact that you can't let people get in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like you may see, some visuals or something, and, it don't really resonate with you. And it may be, in other words, don't let negative energy get inside of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's just looking for a place to live. And once it get inside of you, it's ain't no telling what can happen. You know what I mean? Little by little, you know what I'm saying? You don't walk the same no more. Yeah. Or your conversation will change, and you really do. And we were just talking about this earlier. We really do have to get around people or have a collective people that you can count on, talk to get your mind back straight, Because the thing about it is, man, it's like, you ever just been around a negative person, though?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I have.
And then on top of that, too, and be honest, I've also been that negative person, too.
Yeah, me too.
And then you also notice, like, when you walk away, when you're that negative person, you walk away, you ask yourself, like, man, that ain't me right there. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know who I'm becoming. It's like that be that negative energy, that negative influence done came in, and it's just is living there.
Yeah.
Until you take out the trash. You know.
Yeah, it's like the devil use you any kind of way, in any way possible. And that's just speaking back on Bird Box. We're not gonna reveal because I know a lot of people haven't actually watched it, but it's just the devil will try to use you in different voices and within different people, and the devil, the spirit will try to just try to use you in any way possible.
Yeah.
But it's just like when you stand grounded, it's like you won't allow anything else to interfere when you really just focus on, you know, what you're taking in and the people and stuff that you're around. So it's just like, just as you were saying, just having good people around you, it's like, it's nothing better than having people who's going to be honest. People that's going to be honest, and people that's going to be truthful to you, that's not going to just be the yes man, you know, around you. But just let you know sometimes when you're wrong, and you have to be willing to accept it too, and then acknowledging your wrongdoing, and you know, and just be willing to change and move forward too as well. Also, one of the things I did take away from it was them just relying on faith, you know. And it's like people don't understand how important, you know, the senses are, you know, like for as your hearing and, you know, the being able to see and stuff like that. But it's just being able to use the things that God have given us, just to build us out, you know, and just kind of put us in the right area that we need to be in.
Right. And on top of that, though, it's like you won't be in that area if you're not sensitive until what you feel on the inside.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, too, like, you know, listening to the wrong stuff, you know what I'm saying, especially continuously, it'll cake you up so strong inside that you really can't really hear yourself. You be walking around with, you know what I'm saying, other thoughts.
Yeah.
And to be honest, though, if you listening to trash, you a trash can now.
Yeah.
And you walk around with all these different thoughts and all this trash, and, you know, whatever you put in there, that's what's going to come out.
True.
So it's just like, you know, it's just a lot of things, man. You know, we just been kind of just sitting back, you know what I'm saying, talking about. And it's just coming to the point now, man. It has been serious, but you know, me and my wife is really just taking, you know what I'm saying, we're taking, I guess, what is it the leadership for us, where our family is going to be at. And that's something that we kind of elaborated on earlier too, like what is the vision for the family. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we're not going to disclose right now, you know what I'm saying, but that is where we at, you know what I'm saying, for us in our relationship now. Like, what do we want our family to be at? Not we're not talking about a financial status, but what mental space that we want to be at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when people hear Growing with the Collins, what is the first thoughts they're going to think of? You know, it's time to I guess you say, step up to the plate to think about what would you be remembered at. I'm sorry, what would you be remembered as now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just funds. It's bigger than what job you work. It's bigger than how big your house is or what your car is. It's really like whoever you've been laboring for. Have you really been giving God your time? You know what I'm saying? Do you really feel good with yourself when you get up in the morning? Yeah. Do you show him any style of recognition, you know what I'm saying, for what he have done? Yeah. Instead of just getting up and going to work with no identity now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that is something that I've always held very close to me. Yeah. For as your purpose in life. And, you know, purpose, we all have one. You know, we all have a purpose. And I personally think some people do just know what they want to do off the top, right off the bench. Yeah. And some people gotta have to not necessarily find it, but they go through different stages in life, you know what I'm saying, and it brings them back to the purpose that's inside of them to serve, you know what I'm saying? So, but I know one thing for certainly though, we all here to serve, you know what I'm saying, like the Most High. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying, for us within our household, what we worship. I'm starting to understand now. I'm kind of taking real slow with this one though, because it get kind of deep to me though. Yeah. I'm really starting to understand, like, when you leave here, you know what I'm saying, like, that's it. You know, and it's like, you You can't take none of this stuff with us. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that we work for every day, the stuff we watch. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, go to the movies to see people who hold this prestige level, I guess you're saying, within the entertainment industry or whatever it is. It's like, once it's gone, it's gone. Like, can you be the same without it?
Yeah.
You know, like if we didn't have this home, if we didn't have, you know what I'm saying, this a car, you know, if we did not have a job, you know, like the God we serve still look at you the same.
Yeah.
And like when he give you, it was a movie watching yesterday. So he give you a new heart, he give you a new spirit.
Oh yeah.
You would still have the confidence as if you was the same person with or without that stuff.
Yeah.
So you know, it's been a big awakening. You know what I'm saying? For me, this is information I always knew, but just coming to a level now. You know, you get older, it's like, yo, what is life really about?
Yeah.
Is life really about acquiring a lot of things, or is it really about, you know what I'm saying, helping people, or it's, you know, life itself is a deep subject because it's so many different ingredients that comes along with it. But it's like faith, it's the stuff that you can't see that's holding it all together.
Yeah.
It's just like a cookie, yo. Like so many ingredients go into it, but when you eat the cookie, you don't see the ingredients.
Yeah.
But you just know it tastes good.
Yeah.
And it's just, I feel like that's how God is. It's a lot of things that when doing whatever you're trying to accomplish, you know what I'm saying, within the way he give it to you and the schematics he give it to you in, people see the success, they see the big cookie, but they don't see the ingredients that you have.
That you put into it.
Yeah. And whether the success